But I was very happy about Cardi B's win because I think that this was absolutely a correct ruling. And I'm no Laracle. I'm not Nate the lawyer, but I called this one. Because
I think when I will say, I think when your opponent admits that they didn't,
it's kind of easy.
It's kind of a slam dunk. I'm not going to call this an easy prediction. I'm not going to take away your win. I'm not trying to steal your thunder. But all I'm saying is, there could not. Cardi B's lawyers, when she said that, was like.
That's fair. But the thing is, it wasn't heavily reported about her testimony. Tasha K's admissions on the stand were not heavily reported. There was like one article from Law 360 that Emily D. Baker managed to find, and like I remember just digging for it, and there was nothing else other than that one article.
So Emily sent it to you.
No, I saw her live stream on it, and I was like, "Are you kidding me? This is nuts." But yeah, I mean, as soon as and then I managed to find some tweets from people that were actually in the courtroom, and so I started following them around the same time, and so I just that was a very clear win. The question was just how much was she going to be paying, and now between the compensatory damages and the punitive damages on top of that, it's like what 4.5 million, something like that. Somewhere. What's 1 million between friends, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing. You'll get it on super chats, right? You'll make it back in supers. Don't worry about it. And by the way, when we saw live on I forget whose stream we were talking about this on, but the video is still up.
I think that she is she's taking them down now, is what I've heard.
It's real easy. It's kind of one button. It's kind of one button.
Well, but based on, let me see. Let me pull up this.
It's got millions of views. So meanwhile, she can rack in all the revenue on this. And
let me pull something up here so that you can judge for yourself about whether or not this is maybe a reason why.
I am happy to be my own judge on this.
Yes. Let's take a look at a statement, if you will, that she made. That Tasha K has made since the
is it more of it was me I did is it villain twirling mustache statement?
So it's talking about what she learned, or
she
maybe
learned
didn't
that she's
learn.
not allowed to just make up lies, as I was saying about Peterson. Maybe she didn't get that memo.
I don't think that's the lesson she learned.
I'll send her a copy of the book.
All right, so let's let me know if you guys can't hear this for some reason. Okay, the audio's on.
I wouldn't change.
Do you hear it?
A single thing about any of it.
Uh-huh.
I've learned so much.
Have you?
Every moment was incredibly powerful and insightful. The verdict handed down on Monday was no shock to myself, my husband, or my legal team. We are prepared, and we were prepared for this challenge from the beginning. Prepared for the worst, as we said.
The worst being her
we
testimony.
Called bluff against a machine that wanted to bully me for not wavering from my personal beliefs. A machine that has corporate interests to protect prostitution, drug use, promiscuity, and to glorify the violence that wreaks havoc on our society and in our neighborhoods. And to glorify it's sold to our children as the it factor. This machine, this thing, secured an extremely prejudicial verdict against myself and my company solely off of sympathy and payola.
And lies.
Asking me to redact the real reason as to why I was reporting on the issues at hand, and succeeded in making me out to be an angry and malicious woman.
You are.
This is a real business. I am a wife of 17 years, a mother to a beautiful 15-year-old girl who's an
completely irrelevant,
and a 2-year-old son.
Super relevant.
My platform creates news and sheds light on the issues
Creates
going on in
news
our
is the most truthful
society.
statement we've heard yet.
Well,
My
news is
First
often
Amendment right
lies.
poses a threat to the machine's sole intention to mislead the public with caricatures built on violence, selling sex.
Anyway, I guess that's the end of the clip. So what are your what are your guys' thoughts on what she's learned?
I'm
Jack shit.
Here's what I'm doing if I'm Cardi B's attorneys. I'm getting a writ of attachment. I'm having the sheriff show up to her house. I'm taking all of her things. I'm selling them. I'm keeping the money.
Yeah.
Just because I can, Andrew.
Yeah.
Just because I can.
Yeah. Everything from that wall, all the knickknacks and all the shit that she's
I
got.
want that orange wine bottle or whatever that is. That's mine now.
Yeah. It's got a value of like 50 cents. Who cares? Take it.
It's mine. Because it might have given you
someone could take her silver play button.
I'm taking that.
Oh, they took her play button. If they take her play button, that'll be
someone
great.
could.
No,
It's like OJ's, and then you get a situation like happened with OJ. You know, OJ broke in when the family took his awards. They took all his football awards and all of his medals. He broke back in to steal them. You know.
Yes, which put him in jail for quite a few years. Not as many as he deserved, but
yeah.
But so, and just to clarify for everyone, I mean, this is someone who on the stand. So, and well, let me back up for a second. You know, if you're new to this story, the case was, it was a defamation claim that Cardi B brought against this individual, Tasha K, who is a YouTuber, and she was making all kinds of claims on her channel.
Specifically, because there were specific claims. If they were generalized claims, they would not have been actionable. If it was just, hey, if the claims had been this, Cardi B sleeps with a lot of men. She acts like a prostitute. She seems like she's done drugs, or and I forget what the third one is, steals from people or so, whatever the third one was. But the main two, but if those were them and they're general things that are kind of vague statements, not actionable. But because you said she is an active prostitute and has herpes, by the way, for YouTube, things that have been proven a lie. These are not my statements. These are just things that she said, that Tasha K said in the suit. Be very clear about this. Those statements are actionable. When you say somebody has a very specific STD and you say they are an active practicing prostitute, which is a crime in America, in states that aren't Nevada, that's a problem.
Yeah, and there were very specific drug use claims that she was making as well for drug use. Yeah, very
cocaine,
very,
I believe.
I think cocaine. Yeah, maybe, and Molly, I think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's very specific. Not like, hey, she acts like she's on drugs. Okay. Well, that's not really saying much.
Yeah. So she made some very specific claims, but because she was making those claims about somebody who was famous, excuse me, those claims, in order for Cardi B to win a defamation claim against her, Cardi B had to show that those statements not only were false, but were made recklessly. Because we're talking about the actual malice standard for famous people, because she's not just a regular person. She's not your average Joe. Good logic. But she's a very famous person. And so and this is the reason why there's a higher standard for famous people is because famous people or people that are in the public eye, especially people that intentionally put themselves in the public eye, is because we need to have a way of having public discourse about the important things that are happening and the things that people in the public are doing that that could potentially impact other people's lives. It's a First Amendment reason, really, why there's a difference in that standard. And so in this case, she had a higher standard that she had to prove. But Tasha K, this individual that we just played the video footage of in her wonderful statement about everything that she learned, got up on the stand and said, I knew that all of the things that I was saying about the drug use and the prostitution and the STDs, that I knew that stuff was probably not true, and I said it anyway. And that's the definition of recklessness, because you know that there's a risk of creating some kind of harm by doing something, and you do it anyway. So in this case, I mean, it's wild. It's wild that she still has not learned her lesson.